Welcome to this week's edition of the Late Night Show with Pacman, right here on your favorite TV channel, BMTV channel 114 on the Top Star Bouquet. And of course, you can catch us as well on our YouTube channel, BMTV Zambia 114. And of course, follow us on all our social media handles. It's the 5th of June, very first week of the new month. We've already done half the year, has already gone. Yep. Time to take stock. You know, we had set out some New Year's resolutions, some objectives, what we're trying to achieve. How far are we? We are half year. Of course, a lot of very interesting things happening. But the thing that really caught my eye and that just blew my mind is like, what's this obsession with this type of thing? Apparently, a pastor went to pray for some thing, and I don't know, man, but he put his hand where he's not supposed to put, and yeah, look.
Out! Hey, follow me, Out! Fuma muno. Trova. Passa para trabalhar, estava cá. Vai trabalhar para isso, estava tocar. Vai para time trabalhar. Out. Vou começar a câmera. Vou mais lá com uma tanga. Depois quando para vamos out. Fumamos. Muito nada vai. Amém. Olha essa vante. Not out fumamos. Not out fumamos. Not out fumamuno. Mushinare ba Yesu. Not out fumamuno. Tabla kata. What's my patabla kolota. Let's not out fumamushino. Not on bona chimo. Serapona chimo. Mana pomwe. Ah, dá semua.
Yes, not. Muito mal, eu vou achar o tudo. Mau kuvo kule mbasa. Tukule karibu. Mares.
But that could be acting, though. I think is that acting? I don't know. Anyway, let's interact. Dear viewers, please let's interact. Do you think that was acting? Is it the real thing? And Lombas, this thing of Ilomba. Who has ever seen an Ilomba? Please. I mean, we've got cameras now. Will Lombas really exist? I mean, have you ever seen one? Pastors, those who say that you have seen one, maybe do us a favor. Why don't you catch one Lomba live? Bring it right here on the Late Night Show. We interview it. But anyway, are these things real? We want to see your comments. Please, dear viewers, have you ever seen an Ilomba yourself? Have you ever seen an Ilomba? If you have, please share experiences with us in the comments section. I want to talk about something really fundamental before we go into the first interview. And this is the intolerance that has crept up on us as Zambian citizens. I'm a Zambian citizen. I love this country. I love all of you Zambians. We are all Zambians. We are all part of this great nation. All 22 million of us. We've all got one share of this great company called Zambia PLC. And if we want to see dividends from holding our shares of our beautiful country that God gave us, we need to change our thinking. We can't really be so intolerant of ourselves just because this one is supporting this party or candidate, and this one is supporting this party or candidate. I think that for me is not making any sense at all. Please, there's no way you can get so passionately worked up and you're so hungry. Oh, you support, I mean, how? It's a democracy. For a lot of you young people who were not there, it was 1991. 91, that was 34 years ago. 35, I'm 35 years ago now, when we decided to say, no more one party. We're going back to multi-party, after 19 years of one-party state. So we are all free. This is democratic dispensation. So we're all free to support the political party of our choice, the candidates who are standing. We all have. There are those who are supporting UPND. There are those who are supporting President HH. There are those who are supporting Brian Mundubile. There are those who are supporting Fred Membe. There are those who are supporting Kari Kalaba. There are those who are supporting all the other candidates and political parties. And that is how it should be in a democratic dispensation. So stop intimidating people who are supporting a party or candidate different from your, preferred candidate or party. It defeats the whole purpose. And Zambia is, it's a torchbearer on the African continent when it comes to adhering to democratic ideals, such as tolerating each other. We can't be insulting each other. People saying even, no. That's un-Zambian. So please, let's continue making our country proud. Let's continue keeping it up there on the map of Africa. So please, no more. Ngati muzako asapota uyu mnovale sapota valia ngemutuna kuhanya nanga votera uze noti uze kandana mpira mwane. All right, so we'll be right back. And of course, when we get back, our guest will be with us in the studio. Our guest for today is my brother, Kangwa Chileshe, popularly known as Jason of the Cabanana fame, obviously the permanent secretary at the Ministry of Sport, Youth and Arts. We'll be right back.
TV. But 21 hours prepared with the button of Pacman match on the late night show. Now Pacman will be back with
Welcome back, and of course, our guest is in the studio. Our guest for today is none other than my brother from Cabanana, Kangwa Chileshe, aka Uchesa.
Pacman, it's good to see you.
It's good to see you too. Yeah.
It's been forever.
It has been. I mean, should I say, but PS, should I? Am I supposed to salute or what's up?
No, not at all.
But what's been happening, Kangwa? You're looking good. Great stuff.
Trying to keep healthy, going to the gym, working out. Work, as always, public service.
Yeah.
And also the arts. We love the arts. We'll never leave the arts. That's the core of who we are. So just being relevant. And getting older,
And getting the war gray.
Yeah.
But we miss you in the arts industry. The government has taken one of our, but I mean, you don't even have 5 minutes to come and or shoot or anything.
I actually do. I actually do. So I'm hopeful that possibly next year I could work on a movie.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll chat.
No, we'd love to see you.
Chat. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, Kangwa, you are. Even before you went into public service, you were already an established artist. Outside, obviously, what brought all of us into the public view, Cabanana. You've done so much, featured in movies, Zuba.
Yeah.
Tell us more about Kangwa Chileshe. I know that you're already known on the scene, but who is Kangwa Chileshe? Our viewers might want to know, especially the younger ones. Who is Kangwa Chileshe? Share with us your early days. Where were you born? Which schools you attended?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, Kangwa Chileshe is a passion. Yeah. The Bible says, whatever your hands find to do it with all your might.
Yes.
That's a reflection of who I am.
Yes.
Whatever I find to do, I do it passionately, devotedly. Lusaka boy, born, bred, raised in Lusaka. Lusaka is my city. I love Lusaka. Yes. I love the Copper Belt too. I love Southern Province. I love Zambia in general, but I was born and bred here. Went to South End Primary School on Benbella Road. Oh, yeah. Right. Can you imagine? Free, just right there.
Yes.
CBD. Yes. And from there went to Kablonga Boys. Grade 8 to grade 10 to 12 went to Leopard Hill Secondary School. So a very interesting school background. Fell in love with acting, obviously, when I was still in school. Started acting, I think possibly I was maybe 8 years old. Yeah, rapping. My first love was music, rap.
Yes.
So I actually thought I'd be a musician. Then went to secondary school, was famous with the girls. With singing and rapping and variety shows, talent shows. Yeah, things like that. So yeah.
So you were an artist.
I was an artist.
Yeah.
Artist from the word go. Loved poetry, used to recite poetry, used to do rapping, music, drama, etc. But became known for acting.
Let's talk about that. So how did you find yourself on the Banana Show? The one that started, because Banana is what's restarted or kicked it off here in Zambia.
Where I met you. where I met Pacman, the one and only. The great actor.
Thank you. So how did you find yourself on Banana?
A friend of mine, I met him in town, Paul, said to me, there's this show that's about to start, the first Zambian soap opera at Lottie House. You need to audition for it. I said, okay, I'll try. So I went to Lottie House. Had never done any professional acting before. Went to Lottie House, bumped into Lawrence Thompson. So Lawrence Thompson looked at me, and I remember the first thing he said, you're the guy I've been looking for. And I looked at him like, the guy he's been looking for. He said, you're the guy I've been looking for. Can you act? So he said to me, look, I've got a panel of adjudicators in there. I've been trying to audition this character and I'm about to cancel it. He said, I've auditioned hundreds of guys for this character. I can't find the character. But you look the part, but I don't know if you can act. So he said, let's go before the judges. So I went before the judges and I did my thing because I'd always been doing skits in school. I used to recite American poetry like Langston Hughes.
Yes.
I'd read books like that, on slavery and crazy kind of things. So I just did my thing and unanimously everybody said, this is yours.
This is it.
This is yours.
Yeah.
So we found him.
But tell us more about your role as Jason, which I get a lot of slack from your fans. People actually think I was really abusing you. They can't tell that it was actually just a movie.
It was the chemistry because the Matongo and Jason character were the yin and the yang.
Yeah.
The night and day.
Yes.
And you were so dark. And I was so bright.
Yeah.
That's what made it so beautiful.
Yes.
Because you would be watching the dark and then the next thing you're seeing the light.
The light, yes.
that contrast
was
magical, was amazing, and people loved it.
Yes.
Even with you, people loved to hate you.
They
loved to hate you. They enjoyed hating you. They couldn't wait to, what I mean? They're like, oh, okay. And so the balance was so good that you would be so evil to Namakau, to anybody, and break their heart. Then Jason would be so nice and mend their heart. And, the balance was amazing.
Yeah.
So very exciting, very exciting. I think Banana was... we rode in the backs of those who went before us. We appreciate the play circles, the Chandamwales, the Greg Lungus, the Mandamus, the touch of the sun, the Thompsons, the Uncle Jeff Sitalis. We know that we had all that behind our
us.
sails. We had
Yes.
all that propelled us. But nonetheless, Cabanana was that show that brought Zambia really to the limelight.
Definitely.
Because that's the show that went to TV Africa. That's the show that went to the entire rest
region.
of the region.
Yes.
And it just broke out. And from there, we started seeing new shows like the one on the Copper Belt.
Yes.
Loose
Loose
Ends
Ends,
and
yeah.
so many others started coming out of that. So we much respect to those who went before us, and God used us
Yes.
to take the industry to another level. And now it's just a whole different ballgame. I'm seeing young men and women who are so talented, way talented than I can ever be.
Very.
And I appreciate that. And our role is different. Our role now is to create the necessary environment for that talent to thrive and to export that talent. So part of, not to talk too much about my public life, in terms of government, but that's what we went to do at the Cannes Film Festival to create that bridge that Zambian artists will not have to struggle to expose their talent, whether it's acting, whether it's directing, whether it's fashion, whether it's whatever in France at the Cannes, at the Cannes they call it the Cannes.
How was that experience? I mean, at the
Amazing. We built a lot of networks. We co-hosted with women in film. We co-hosted a cocktail and brought together a lot of gurus, a lot of captains in the arts industry, and we've created that link. And I'm proud to say that Zambia will have a stand at the Cannes next year, 2027, for the first time. And we want to take possibly even 50 actors, filmmakers, producers, writers, TV station owners, like this one.
Yes.
The whole team. And we had a meeting with the organizers of the Cannes. They're ready. We're talking numbers, we're talking figures, and we've agreed to all of that. So that's the level we are taking you guys to. Not only that, we're gonna go to the Oscars.
Oh,
right. We're gonna go to the Oscars. We want to engage the Oscars and have Zambian films going to the Oscars. We're going to the Grammys, Oscars. We're going to the Emmys. So we're not sitting here waiting for things to happen for us or to us, but we're literally going to knock at their doors. Our stand was one of the most buzzing stands at the Cannes. That's serious.
That is.
Because you've got countries, big countries, South Africa, Thailand, Japan, they have stands, huge stands, and Brazil, name it. They're showing their tourism, their movies and everything. The world is marketing itself. And everybody kept coming to our stand and saying, what is it about Zambia? We're spending more money than you guys. Why should we come to Zambia? Why is it buzzing? Because we're saying we're the next best thing.
Yes, yeah.
Everybody knows about you guys. You guys don't know about us. So we want to sell Zambia.
Yeah.
And you'll be amazed how the world is ready for that. And my conversation has always been, guys, we need to show up. We can't create an impact if we can't even be in the room where the conversation is being had.
Yes.
We need to show up.
Yeah.
When you show up, then you know what's up. Then you know what's happening, and then you can be part of it.
Yes.
But if we're going to be in Zambia with all the great talent, we've maxed out. You just gave an example. Been on Zuba, been on the Mpalis, been on all these great shows, and it's amazing. And it's 20 million people. But if we're going to create that impact as an industry that can create revenue and add to our GDP, we've got to go beyond our borders.
Definitely.
We've got to go regional. We've got to go continental. We've got to go global. We've got to distribute, just like the Nigerians. The Nigerians are approximately 200 million. But even with the 200 million, they are conquering the continent. They're conquering the diaspora. They're getting everywhere, so we need that. We need that. The networks, the distributions, etc., a thriving industry. And it's important to be at the table where decisions are being made, deals are being made. We're going to have a summit from the 29th of June to the 4th of July. The African Creative Market and Creative Industries Business Summit at the Mulungushi. We've invited filmmakers. They're guys who are coming in who want to make films in Zambia. Had meetings with them. They're saying, "P.S. Look, I'm coming in with $2 million. I want to shoot a film in Zambia, but I need a producer, or I need to work with another Zambian." We said, "Come, P.S. I'm coming in with $1 million. We want to have a movie in Zambia, etc. We're going to have one of the biggest Nigerian stars coming to perform. We'll unveil who that Nigerian star is." Noah Ramsey Noah. I had a meeting with him at the Cannes. He's showing up, and many other big stars. The guy who did 77, 76, he's all showing up. They're coming, because we've invited them and told them Zambia is ready.
Yes.
The environment is ready, and so we've set the table. And now it's time for you guys, the rest of our partners, friends in the industry, to show up and come and make those deals. I'm an actor. I can produce, but that's not my role now. My role now is to facilitate. So those opportunities are for you guys.
Yeah.
But you got to show up so that these guys can clinch the deal. So we'll have a deal room where we can structure something, and from a government perspective, we'll facilitate. And all we need is the Frank Sibukus, the Lawrence Thompsons, the Ray Mwapes, the Kenny Rocks, all of you guys, to get together and show the world what you got.
So do you think
I've digressed into it.
No. This is very important, actually. So I even want to go there to say, do you think your appointment as a PS, as a youth, and not just as a youth, as an actor, as an artist as well, that gave you sort of a very good insight into what problems we're facing as an industry? And obviously,
President HH is amazing. Now, through the experience I've gained from the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Arts, it's allowed me to learn more about how the public service runs, how government systems run, etc., etc. Very, very good. But also positioning me there was divine, because that is my background. Now, this, PK, I just never turned professional. I started karate when I was 8 years old.
Yes.
Maybe 7 or 8. So, and boxing. So I've always been a sportsman. I've always loved boxing and karate and combat and sport.
Jogging,
whatever,
weightlifting
and all that good stuff, And then I'm an artist on the other hand.
Yeah.
And then I've always been involved in youth advocacy. If you remember, I was once appointed African Youth Ambassador with the American Embassy.
Yes.
They sent me to next to China. The country next
Thailand.
No. Oh my God, how can I forget that country? Oh wow, they sent me some. I'll remember the country. Yeah, and in the community of democracies, and I did a lot of advocacy, electoral engagement during elections, and rally musicians, have conferences with them at Mika Hotel, blah 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 blah. That was my background. So I was already into arts, I was already into youth, I was already into sports, and so positioning me there became like what you do here, just passion. It's not even like going to a job. It's just going to do something that you do, something that you love. It's not something that you look at and say, "Oh, I'm going to get a salary from a job." And I didn't even look at it like that. I look at it as an opportunity to do the things that I've always desired to see. You see what I'm saying? I've always desired to see artists at the Grammys, Zambians at the Grammys, Zambians getting an Oscar. You know what I mean? Zambians, at the Cannes and all that. So this is just an opportunity to make that possible. And it is. It's happening. Well,
wow.
It's so far so good.
It is.
So far so good.
As an artist, outside of Kabanana, sort of give us an outline of the projects that you've been involved in, like the movies.
Okay,
because I know you've been involved in the movies. I have a series.
Right. I did Black Dollar with David Kazadi.
David Kazadi,
movie. Played you probably watched it.
Yeah, of course.
Played a role that was very controversial, given my pastoral background.
Yes,
but enjoyed it. Enjoyed every minute of it. I think it was a great movie. Did Can They See Us with Lawrence Thompson?
Yes.
I must give credit also. Remember, Catherine Kasiketi featured me in Sui.
Yes.
Sui. I featured in her movie Sui some time back and all that. But for prominent roles, I think my most biggest projects were Black Dollar and Can They See Us?
And the Can They See
which kudos to David. Black Dollar broke into Showmax, went to the rest of the continent.
Yes.
Kudos to Thompson and Kenny Rock. Can They See Us broke into Netflix,
yes.
and to the rest of the world. And so we've pushed it, and I think now it's our children and the guys who are there to take it to the next level.
Let's talk about your pastoral works. Are you still
Not to forget, of course, Zuba,
Zuba,
who kept me employed.
Yes,
while in opposition.
We kept you employed.
You kept me employed.
I went to bring the dollar.
Oh, Zuba kept me employed, and then did my coffee with Thompson. And other TVs. You know, you did Kabrisky Business, and then I did. It was called Love Games later.
Love Games, yes. The second season.
Well, yeah. So a lot of things.
Yeah,
but very selective, like you. Very selective with what I do. I've had a lot of scripts that are brought to me, but I don't get onto any show, and I've never gotten onto any show or advert, because for me to be on a movie, it's got to resonate with my spirit. It's got to resonate with me. So I can do a lot of things, but it's not the quantity for me. It's the quality. I like things that I think, will outlive me. Yeah.
And also, being a pastor, how has that helped you with your work with youths? Obviously, the youths need a lot of spiritual guidance, especially at this point in time. We're seeing a lot of alcohol abuse, a lot of substance abuse. How are you marrying, your pastoral work, obviously, with your professional work at, in the government?
Right. My pastoral work has helped me to have a big heart. And also to have a deep understanding that no matter how wayward, delinquent a young person can be, they're not beyond restoration, they're not beyond redemption. So that is like a doctor. If you're a doctor, a good one, no matter how injured somebody is, you can tell to say, okay, they can be fixed.
Yes.
With the right medication and all that. They may not be the same. They might lose a leg. But they can be fixed. Or you can determine whether they will die and then prepare them for that process as well. But it gives you that capability. So for being a pastor has helped me be tolerant, because sometimes Zambian youth can push you. So my office is very different from most PS's office. My office, you come there on a Thursday, you've been to my office, you find a queue of young people.
Too much.
Rich, poor,
all backgrounds.
Can't speak English, smelling, whatever. And my secretaries and everybody, like, you see all of them today, PS? I said, I'll see all of them.
Yeah.
They can walk
witness
in my
that
office, like that. So I think that's part of my pastoral background. That helps me to do that. Someone will say, but what time do you have to work? I said, no, it's about balance. And it's time to do paperwork. It's time to sign files. But I'm in that office for people.
For people, yeah.
So young people must find access. Someone one time came to me and said, South African guy, PS, we are shocked. We just had to wait 3 hours outside to see you. I said, you waited 3 hours? I'm so sorry. You came all the way. I said, no. It was good because the first time we came to see you, we told someone that we wanted to see you. They charged us 100,000 kwacha to see you. And we never got to see you. And someone told us and laughed at us and said, no, just go on Thursday and just wait. You'll see you. So we said, we didn't realize. I said, yeah. So I said, man, you could have used that 100 grand much better, man. I could have told you what to do with it.
Yeah.
So we laughed about it. But these are guys that came to do that Barcelona Legends that you saw.
Yeah.
They were trying to do that. And so to get a meeting, I said, but why are you paying people? So I said, you don't have to. We don't
government office. No, I mean, I've seen it myself. Seen it myself.
We don't charge.
I was actually wondering, but how does this guy, how does he manage to have this temperament, like the whole day, this whole queue, and you see all of them?
Yeah.
So it's the pastoral.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that background, it shows you the plight of people, that sometimes people just need you to hear them out. There's sometimes you can offer help. There's sometimes you can offer advice. There's sometimes you can just point them to the right door. But sometimes people just want you to hear them out.
Yeah.
And people just want hope. So they come into your office, you give them an ear, and they look at you and they feel like if this guy can make time for me, there's hope for me.
There's hope,
I think that's very important. Zambians need that. Yeah, it's not all the time. Yeah, people are like, oh, Abagamba to swim, Wagamba. It will always be there. And if you have, you give. And if you don't, there's nothing wrong with giving when you have. It's not a big deal for me, So people ask you. And for us in Africa, it's just who we are. You go before a king, a chief, you just expect, you give to the king. But then when you're in the middle of, or in the midst of someone powerful or influential, you just want to receive something from them. It's a Zambian thing. And so sometimes it's not even the amount. It's sometimes just even if it's a 50 kwacha, they'll be like, but it was just 50 kwacha.
Yeah.
And if you have, there's no problem. Just give it.
I remember every time we went to visit your late uncle, Mr. Simon Mwewa.
Yeah.
He always, it was standard that sometimes even when we were broke and stranded sometimes, and we're going to visit her, when we go, he would always
give me something. Yeah.
Give us something. Yeah.
Well, Dr. Simon Mwewa was an amazing father figure to me, my late uncle.
Yes.
And a lot of what I do and who I am today is attributed to him.
Yes.
He'd say things like, Mr. Kangwa, if you want to achieve something, the period that you want to achieve it, just go mad. Just go mad during that period. Go mad, focus on it. When you achieve it, then go back to normal.
Wow.
So he was an amazing man.
He was.
Yeah. He said, okay, Kangwa, now you've learned how to be an actor. You're my nephew and you're popular. Everybody likes you and loves you. But the moment you discover how to commercialize it, then now you have arrived. That acting must convert into money.
Wow.
So you'd always be that voice that kept you, And then I'm glad his son, my nephew, has been adopted for.
Tell me.
The mayor, pick it up. Dobapo. And all that is him.
Is him, yeah.
It's who he was. Yes.
Let's bring you back to the art industry. You're an artist. What do you think of the state of the industry today? I mean, I think we've made a lot of progress. We're seeing a lot of productions coming out.
Right.
What do you think? Where are we? What are our main challenges? How can we properly monetize the arts? Because a lot of artists right now, a lot of actors, we've had them on this same show. The main cry is, look, we can't do this professionally, because if I do this full time, I won't be able to live. I won't be able to pay school fees, rentals, and so on and so forth. So what are your thoughts as an artist?
Right. Zambia is about to blow. Zambian arts industry is probably one of the next biggest thing that's going to come. We need to tie our arts with our tourism, because the strength of our arts is also our tourism.
Yeah.
So Minister of Tourism and Ministry of Youth and Sport and even SME and Commerce and Foreign Affairs, we need to be really, really tight and deliberate about marketing our country. Some of the things that we've done as a government is that we introduced the first ever film policy in Zambia. For years, successive governments, artists cried, we don't have a film policy. We invested a lot of money, PK, had consultations, had validations, and now you have a bona fide film policy in your country. We have an arts policy in your country that we launched. We are repealing and replacing the National Arts Council Act. So legislatively, we're creating a legislative framework for the country. Policy-wise, we've already got policy direction. Partnerships, we're building those partnerships. We're funding the National Arts Council. You can see the level of the ngomas these days. It's not your everyday ngoma. I could proudly say it's probably the biggest awards show in the country right now. So many things going to the Cannes. Now I'm telling you, preempting that Oscars are coming, etc. Big stars are coming from Nigeria, from the US, etc. Directors, etc. I'm not going to reveal a lot of them because contracts and things like that are being signed, but all those things are getting ready. Now we're also preparing to have a film commission. Okay, so I'll give more details. We'll be giving a press briefing on that film commission, which will have a film fund, and it will be specifically to enhance film in the country. Of course, other sectors shouldn't say, what about us? Because when you talk about film, you're talking about music, you're talking about wardrobe, you're talking about makeup, etc., etc.
yeah.
So it's not just that. We're looking at comedians, you guys. Okay, we're going to have workshops with you guys. We're going to have networks with you guys outside the same way we did Cannes. We have a package coming for comedians, connecting comedians, so that Zambia can host some of the biggest comedy shows. There's something for that. We're looking at dance, yeah, samba, salsa, whatever. All that as an entire sector of the arts fraternity. You're looking about sculpting. You're it's a whole ecosystem.
So anyway, coming back to the policies there, but you shut down the film fund. Are we going to see that next year?
Oh, it's coming.
Oh, it's coming.
Oh, the film fund is coming.
It's coming.
The film fund is coming. And that's why we said we're having a film commission so that it can have the film fund. So the film fund is coming.
Okay.
100%.
Excellent.
So
we're looking forward to that.
So I think for our actors and everybody, there's hope. Nonetheless, we've got a lot of work to do.
Yes.
We have a lot of work to do. First of all, you have a president, PK, who loves the arts. I remember on the day of my appointment, President HH said to me, he said, empower my artists. He said those words to me at State House. He said, empower my artists. He said, Kangwa, I want you to take them to Nollywood, take them to Cannes, take them to France, take them to Hollywood, etc., etc. When I was leaving for France, I sent a message to Secretary to Cabinet and said, please, just mention to the boss to say that conversation that we had, that instruction he gave me to take artists to the Cannes. I said, he can quen you that one for himself. yeah. I said, when he comes back in office, after 2026 elections, we'll quen you Hollywood and the Grammys as well.
Wow, nice one.
Thank you. Yeah.
So, what about the corporate engagement as an artist? How do you think that? I think the corporates can do much, much more than what they're doing right now. They need to harmonize also how much they pay artists in this country. I know we can't compare what our friends get, say, in South Africa. Obviously, it's a bigger economy and so on. But even if we were to say, look, that economy is 10 times the Zambian economy, I mean, at least then we should be getting just 10 times less. But those guys get like maybe 100 times more than what we get. We can't even compare. We can't even appear on the radar. I mean, how do you think we should best engage the corporates, because they are getting a lot of value from artists here in Zambia?
Right. I think the first thing we need to do is we need to get together as artists. And it's a hard thing to say, but I think I can say it because I qualify to say it, because I'm an artist. We need to organize ourselves. And part of organizing ourselves is to be part of the structures that are there. Be part of the, I'm like you and most other artists. When we were acting, we felt, why should I be part of NAMA? Why should I be part of National Arts Council? They've done nothing to contribute to my career. So why should I be a part of it? And I know there are a lot of artists who feel that way.
Yes.
Artists who feel like, look, I'm a big star. Why should I be part of Zambia Association of Musicians? Why should I pay my subscription? And the reason of the why is that, for instance, we are not recognizing any artists if they're not subscribed to the National Arts Council or NAMA. First of all, if we're going to go take you to the Cannes next year, you have to subscribe. You've got to do that.
Yes.
So now therein are the benefits. So we can't blame the artists, because previously, not being part of National Arts Council or being part of ZAM was not incentivized.
Yes.
So now there's an incentive. If I'm going to be part of this, I'll get a phone call to say you're one of the directors who've been chosen to go to the Oscars or to go to this place or to network with these Bollywood stars who've come in and all that. So because of that, people will quickly pay their subscription. For the first time as a ministry, we've allocated money to each of the arts associations that are paying their subscription to National Arts Council, giving them money. Some of them were setting them up with offices, setting them up with equipment and all that so that they can, look like a business.
Yes.
So all those are incentives. And so therefore, musicians, artists, actors and all that will feel, okay, if I pay my subscription to NAMA, if I pay my subscription to NAC, if I pay my subscription to ZAM, there'll be benefits. Air tickets. If you need the artists that right now we're sponsoring, I just don't like to mention people's names, but I have a number of artists who are traveling to other countries to go and perform, musicians and actors, and the ministry paid for that. So if they say it, that's good.
Yeah.
But it's nice when they say it,
Well, of
because
course.
you should
Yes.
appreciate what your government is doing. And I'm going to say to a lot of the artists and sportsmen, we do a lot of things for PK, unprecedented things that have never really been done before. I don't even want to go to sports, because if you talk about sports, we've supported about 60 sports federations, basketball, netball, volleyball, and all that. I'm talking about taking teams to Hungary, taking teams to Russia, taking teams to Barbados, taking teams all over the globe. We've taken them all over the world. And that's increased our medal count from 2021 to 2026 this year. Zambia used to get not more than 50 medals from independence, even before independence, till 2021. When President HH comes in 2021, November till date, we don't get less than 250 medals per year.
No.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think...
We don't.
But why don't you tell the nation? We don't know that.
Yeah. For the first time, the girls used to get pocket change for performing in football. The president said equalize the pay. The same amount of money that Fashion Zakala gets, the girls get the same thing. Now the rest of the world is still grappling with harmonizing pay between male and female sportsmen. We don't have that. We're a trendsetter, because we're already doing that. Then he says no minor sports, no. So we've sponsored pool, we've sponsored badminton, we've sponsored beach volleyball, we've sponsored draft. Amazing things. Have masters in chess that we've sponsored, etc., under this leadership. So our president walks the talk. He walks the talk, and I'll tell you this. Part of our athletes, Muzala and his team, our president actually arranged for our 4x4 guys and our champions to go to Jamaica and train with the same coach that used to train Hussein Bolt.
Oh.
Right. That didn't come from the ministry. He arranged that. And he never talked about it.
Oh, wow.
He made that arrangement. It was a very expensive arrangement.
I can imagine.
Very expensive.
Wow.
But that just goes to show you how passionate our president is, that he would call and said, oh, have you noticed that our mixed martial arts are struggling? You guys need to help them out. And we're like, oh my goodness, we didn't know this, because we're dealing with so many people. And we'll call them and we'll fund them and they'll go and look at the Miracle Chipeta, they're giving us medals, etc. That's the president.
Wow.
When you see us going to the cans and all that, that's the president. All behind this, deliberately, methodically.
But don't you think that you need to do, you need to have more communication, more awareness?
We need
even
you.
NAMA,
We need you.
NAC. I mean, NAMA, NAC, they need to have these deliberate awareness programs to tell the artists, to say, look, these are the incentives. You need to pay your subscription, your annual subscription. Not only will it help them raise funds, because if all the artists in Zambia were to pay these subscription funds, the annual fees, it will also help the organizations. And also it will make us feel good. Say, look, there are these developments going on. Even your ministry needs to tell that, I didn't know, for instance, that we're winning 200 plus medals every year. That's a huge achievement.
Every year.
That's a huge achievement.
Yeah. True. And so if when you give those subscriptions, you dignify the officers of ZAM, you can have a vehicle, you can have a bus, etc. A lot of times we have a funeral, maybe an artist has died, a musician has died, and then we have to call each other up, donate a coffin, donate this. We can't even find a bus and all that. All that contributes. When we get together, have all these assets, it's easy for us to say, okay, that bus, we've bought 2 buses. Whenever there's a funeral, use the buses, guys. We've got a fund here that whenever we have emergencies and etc., we can utilize those funds for funerals, etc. So we need to work together.
Yes.
We can't go beyond a certain strata without working collectively. Look at Hollywood. When you see a movie, immediately the movie ends. You 10 minutes of credits rolling. That's just one movie. That's just one movie, okay, with hundreds of people behind it, okay, and now they've got thousands of those movies with hundreds of people. How do you compete with that if you're so segmented? If PK wants to be the producer, the director, the actor, the boom operator,
It can't. Yeah,
and the
that's true.
executive producer. No.
And the marketing executive. So we need to get organized.
Right.
We're so fragmented, bro.
Right.
But where do you think this culture comes from as Zambians? Why can't we work together? Why?
Because we didn't know. Because we've never seen it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like asking a young man to act like a man and he's never had a father. You know, and they tell you must be a man. Who showed him how to be a man?
Got no example.
Right. Even lions, you know, young lions, cubs, they watch the male lions and the female lions hunt.
Yeah.
And walk with majesty, you know, with majesty.
Yeah.
And then they take up the form of a lion because they're exposed to that type of thing.
Yeah.
So our people, a lot of our people are greatly talented. Some of the most talented people you could ever find.
Definitely.
We've done all this without drama schools, without the
Finances.
best equipment.
Yeah.
Look at you. Yeah, I mean, you showed up on Cabanana, just talent. No one institution can claim that they made you who you are, but because of your intelligence, because of your exposure, because of your desire, you did that. But for the next generation, they don't have to go through what you went through.
Exactly.
We need to put film schools. We need to put art schools, and we need to work, which we are, but we need to work even closer with the Ministry of Education, so that things like drama, music, etc. are part of our curricula. Buying equipment should be part of that. Buying sports equipment, buying gym equipment, buying film equipment. Broadcasting should be there in all universities and etc. You know, so yeah.
If let's say you're no longer permanent secretary, you're not working for us, the people in government anymore, what will you be doing?
Having workshops, writing books, mentoring the next generation. That's my passion.
That's your passion.
Yeah. The same thing that you're talking about, just exposing young people to the opportunities that are available and connecting people. That's
But would you love to go back into acting?
I've never left.
Yeah.
I've never left.
You've never left.
I've never. Give me a script now. I mean, and we're good to go.
A man has been killed. What? What are they getting away with? As we wind down the interview, Kangwa, what are your last words of advice, especially to the upcoming artists, the upcoming youths who want to get it? What should they look out for? What are the pitfalls?
Right. First of all, I think generally Zambia is at an optimal place. Zambia is at a beautiful place. And first of all, you have to see that. You know, change it. Some of you young people need to change your networks. You can't be around people who tell you the glass is half empty all the time. You know, you need to be around people who tell you it's half full.
It's half full.
Because we're all Zambians.
Yes.
And in this same economy, I know young people, and this is what we want to highlight to them, PK. I know young people that are coming up with apps that are making them rich. I know young people that walk into my office and are telling me, PS, I just struck a deal in energy and I'm getting $1 million. And I'm like, you are 27. I don't have that kind of money. And I'm listening to this. I'm exposed to young Zambians who are in mining, who are doing this and that and that. And I'm amazed at what they're doing. And a lot of our young people need to be exposed to what a lot of other young people, great things that are doing.
Yes.
When you look at countries like the US, for instance, the US is very good at propaganda. Okay, what do I say propaganda? Positive propaganda. Because when you watch Hollywood movies, when America goes to war, it never loses.
Never.
And there's always that, there would always be in the movie, you can't lose, you're an American. You have to win.
Yeah.
The American has to win. We need that.
Yes.
We need that to say you're a Zambian in a peace-loving country. We're great people. We're a great nation. We've come through independence. We've come to a one-party system. We've come through all kinds of struggles as a people, but we're still here, still united. Over 70 tribes, but united.
United.
You know what I'm saying? So that's who we are. A sense of national pride that you can make it. Because you can make it in Zambia.
You can.
Yeah.
You can.
You can make it. Look at you. You have a late night show, PK. The kids don't know their struggles. It wasn't handed down to you like a silver spoon.
No.
Look at where I'm coming from.
Yes.
I wasn't born with a silver spoon. I lost my parents. I had to struggle at a very young age.
Yes.
Had to pay my own way to university. I had to pay my own way to do this. But in Zambia.
Right here.
Right here.
Yeah.
So if you and I can be seated right here, these young people need to know you can too.
You can, yeah.
You can too. Don't listen to pandits. Pandits say, oh, things are bad. Things are bad. Things are bad. How things are bad? You have free education now. You have free education.
Yeah.
Yeah. Things are happening. Government won't give you everything. It will never give you everything. But government can only create an environment. And these cats are so intelligent, they know that. These are not the days that you come and say, no, vote for me, and you'll have milk and eggs tomorrow morning in your house. No. I don't even want a politician like that. When I was younger, all I wanted was to be in an environment where you give me an opportunity. I knew I'm gifted enough.
Yeah.
All I want is an opportunity. A lot of young people are just saying, give us the opportunity. Give us the job and we'll shine. So that's the language. And I think that's where we are with our young people. And we're slated to be the best continent. Statistics say that Africa is slated to be the youngest continent in the next couple of years.
Definitely.
So all the labor force, all this, and the question is, are we ready for that? So it's time to start preparing for the future, preparing to be a global force. And that's the mindset we need to teach our young people.
Before I let you go, obviously now this time as the permanent secretary for the youths, AI is coming. Obviously, we're looking at the youths as that's our greatest resource as the labor force. But then again, there's the threat of AI replacing the same labor force. How do you think we can sort of exploit AI using our greatest resource? That's the youth.
I don't think that, of course there's been this scare and all that. Whether it's AI, whether it's computers, whatever it is, it didn't fall from heaven. It was created by men.
By men, yes.
Yeah. It's about repositioning ourselves. AI should not be a threat. No, AI is going to enhance what we do. Okay, you even for actors, they've got nothing to fear. Okay, you can have AI generated movies, etc., but they'll never be Pacman. Come on, there's the DNA of the Almighty.
Yes,
Jehovah's DNA that nobody can ever replicate. It's like creating breath or creating life. We can only go so far.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. There's a place where humanity just ceases, and there's a place where technology ceases. But nonetheless, we must embrace technology because it makes us efficient. It helps us to manage things better, to manage things quicker. So instead of, using archaic methods or files and all that. Let's learn AI. Let's be on top of things. Let's invest in AI. Let's embrace it. Let's use it for manufacturing. Let's use it to determine the weather, to determine agriculture, so that it can enhance us, because we're competing globally with countries that have embraced it and are using AI. But it shouldn't make us lazy. For young people, don't let AI do your assignments. Don't let it now diminish your capability of thinking. Still read, study, research, and develop yourself and use AI.
Wow. Amazing. Oh, wow. Kangwa. Thank you so much, Kangwa, for gracing our show, for gracing the late night show. We shall be calling upon you sometime again.
Thank you for the coffee. I'm a coffee drinker. That's a big man.
Awesome. And that brings us to the end of today's edition of the Late Night Show with Pacman. Make sure you keep sending your comments. Please, let's have an interaction. Keep sending your comments, your suggestions. And thank you so much to all our Copper Belt fans. Thank you. Much love. Today, mifuruka kukitwa uko achani pankana East Pakavara. Next week,